all about women empowerment. I mean, it's one of the things that I talked about with when bringing this topic into this group. I really respect women and their roles, and I think a woman's place can be in the NFL. And
Exactly. We want to show you guys and highlight women that are currently in the NFL, not necessarily playing. We all know that women don't actually play the game, but all aspects, journalists, any realm of the NFL, we like to cover it and teach you guys a little something. So who do we have today?
All right. So we have Robin DeLorenzo. She is the third female official for the NFL. We've actually covered the first two on the show, Sarah and Maya. And so now we have Robin, and she is known as that. She's the third NFL female official. Like I said, hopefully one day we'll stop counting, and eventually just be like, hey, here's this referee, and I don't have to spotlight them on the show anymore. But here we are. Robin DeLorenzo. She is a New Jersey native, so she is from the Garden State.
Jersey.
Yeah, she made her NFL debut this year during the past season. Sorry, the preseason of the Giants versus the Patriots preseason encounter on August 11th, 2022. Robin started off her career in a lot of different athletic ways. She was a cheerleader, and then she kept on like through high school and college, like just kind of being involved with sports. Her father, Rich DeLorenzo, is also an official, and so he refereed high school and college, and so she kind of kept learning from him and from her father. So for 20 years, more than 20 years, Robin has been an official from high school to the pros. Robin was the only woman regularly officiating high school football games in New Jersey.
Wow.
Yeah, and she also became the first one to work a state championship game at the high school level. And she also, and so she also in 2020 served as a line coach in the XFL, which, as we know, it's coming back, right?
Let's go.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson decided to hey, let's make this happen.
Let's go.
But anyway, so she also was an official there in the XFL. She has seen over 100,000 plays on the field, right? Because it's over 20 years of officiating experience. Her family and herself have a passion for the sport. Like I said, she worked along her father, who has decades of officiating experience. Then she went on from high school to actually be an official for the Big Ten conferences. So she actually, you guys may have seen her in the sidelines, but she was one of the only women actually officiating Big Ten conferences.
That's cool.
Yeah. So the first thing, one of her last games that she actually was a part of was the 2022 Fiesta Bowl. So she was actually an official there. She was a down judge there, and so she moved from line, because it's different positions, I know. So she was a line coach, but then now she's a down judge, and so that is her position also in the NFL. A down judge, they're the ones that make sure that everyone is lined up properly. They keep track of the saves. They're responsible for marking the ball and a bunch of other things. They are the closest to the trainers on the field, because it's just kind of where they're positioned and stuff. And she said, one of her quotes is, "I've always loved the actual game of football since I was little. I got to be honest, though, my father being official, it never dawned on me that I can do this, because there were no women doing this at the time. So even growing up, even having her father being a referee, she never thought that was possible.
She could do it. Yeah,
that she could actually be a referee in the pros. And here she is, the third, female official. She's still out there. She's done a lot of. She's the girl. I don't know if you guys remember the story, like earlier in the season. She is the referee that Mr. Tyreek Hill was flirting with on the sidelines. I don't know if you guys remember that.
I remember. I do remember.
She was the official. And by the way, she is engaged to be married, so it's not like it's not like she asked to be hit on, but it is what it is. But yeah, so that's her. So she's out there consistently, actually officiating a bunch of different games. And so yeah, that's Robin DeLorenzo.
Let's go.
One of our NFL referees, the third, woman hired to do that. So hopefully we see more.
How awesome is that? How awesome is that, man? The third The third referee, like Delilah said, we would love to have more. So this is not a rare occasion.
Yeah, and she said she loves the sport like us. She's like, I love football. I grew up watching football. Like
absolutely, man. So I just think it's amazing, for what she's doing. Like she said, 20 years in the game, and now look, she's got to be considered as one of the elite. She's playing for the NFL or refereeing for the NFL is on the next level. And imagine just being a little girl watching her dad, and now she's at this position now where she's doing it. She is making history. So I just think that's awesome. Anybody else got anything to say? Because that's freaking phenomenal.
I mean, I recently had to discover, because of her, I discovered a little bit more about reffing, and knowing about being a down judge and having to be the closest to the coaches. And you guys seen some of these coaches and how they can react, scream, and yell. And it's mostly at that guy or girl now, right there,
100%.
So she's got thick skin.
She does, because she's been part of a few controversial calls.
It comes with the territory. Man. Anybody else got anything to say?
I just think it's awesome that we do have more women refs, because the reffing world is brutal. I mean, brutal. Like right now in the state of Michigan, we're even having trouble finding refs to do the high school games because of how brutal the fan bases have become and how brutal the parents and coaches and everybody else has become. So to be a woman, a ref in the NFL and dealing with all those men and those coaches and the other officials and the crowds and everything, you have to have a very tough, thick skin. And I'm proud of the 3 women we do have. And I'm proud of Robin for taking that chance and saying, you know what, I can do this.
Let's go.
Join this big old boys club and join this vicious world that can be the NFL, because we all know it can get brutal. I mean, I've seen some of those coaches yell down those refs, and it can get ugly. So I'm proud of these women for having the thick skin, the tenacity, and the guts to do it. Yes. Because we need more women refs in the NFL, because we all know men aren't always right.
Absolutely, Kate. Absolutely.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.